So I want to run something by you to see if it makes sense for your situation. As of September 2024, there is $1.17 trillion in credit card debt out there, and that's a lot. And as of September 2024, there's also $35 trillion of equity in people's properties. How did the equity happen? I mean, how did we gain so much value in our properties? Well, back in 2020 and 2021, people were purchasing homes at 3% interest rate, and that brought everybody out of the woodwork. And since interest rates were low, people were paying $50, $60, $70, $80,000 over the asking price of properties, and they were getting it. So people were writing checks for these giant dollar amounts and buying these homes for way more than they were worth. Well, when there's a whole bunch of homes that are purchased at way more than they're worth, that kind of sets the new bar for what properties are worth. So double-digit appreciation in those years has created an opportunity. So how did the credit card debt happen? Well, we had inflation, and that inflation created a situation where people are using their credit cards to buy things that they need, like groceries and pay their bills and whatnot, to get through this really expensive time that we had. And so there's an opportunity for people out there to be aware of. You know, you may still have that 3% interest rate. You may still want to keep that 3% interest rate and hang on to it for as long as you can. But you've accumulated a lot of credit card debt. You might have a couple of car payments. So, you know, what do you got? $300-400 car payment or two of them. And you got several $100s worth of credit card payments that are out there, but you still got that 3% interest rate, and you want to hang on to that darn thing because you got a 3% interest rate. But if you're struggling to make your payments, or you'd like to have more cash in your pocket, there's an opportunity for you to use some of that equity in your home to consolidate all of those things and save several $100s a month. Now, this might not be for everyone, and if you're not looking to save money monthly on your monthly payments, you can keep that 3% interest rate and just continue doing what you're doing. But if you want to save some money and you think that's a good idea, you know, we can do an analysis for you and see if it makes sense. All you got to do is reach out to me. We could have a simple conversation about it. And if it makes sense to fill out an application and do a full-blown inspection of the situation, I'd be happy to go through that with you. And if it doesn't make sense, we don't have to move forward. But if it does make sense, it could really make a difference for you in your life. So feel free to reach out if you have questions, and I'd be happy to go through it with you.